Good morning. Hey, you guys. So this is going to be quick this morning, um, and in light, uh, we're going to just really quickly discuss the meaning of life. And have any of you actually ever asked yourselves, "What is life about? Um, who, who am I? Why am I here?" And that's the question this morning. So, what is the meaning of life? Who am I? Why am I here? Uh, it, it's kind of an obvious question, and I think most of us don't go there because our for most of us the question is, how do I be here, as opposed to, why am I here, or what is here? Um, and we're interested in navigation as opposed to uh, what is this? And this comes up this morning. A friend of mine posted a few hours ago a post about the subject, and I was blown away by how many of his friends actually commented on intelligently about the possibility of the meaning of life, and and what they had seen or their experiences. And one fellow had done the Enlightenment Intensive that I speak of often. That is an amazing process to help us get past our beliefs, our story, and into this moment. And he'd done it years ago in '79 in Pune, in India, and still was, experiencing the I amness of the experience. And so I don't have an answer to the question of who are we, or where is this, or what is this. I don't have an answer. I have an experience of, and like my friend Stephen said, I have flashes of, or he calls them grace bombs, of knowingness that are indescribable. And I have sometimes lingering, longer experiences of nothing being out of place, nothing being wrong, of zero resistance to the moment, and zero resistance, not taking anything too seriously, is moments of bliss. Like, wow, fuck, I've had those moments, and not just doing acid, but them too, And so, meaning of life, just give it some, play around with it. Most of the teachings on the planet aren't about the depth of that. Most of the teachings are about how to keep us from bumping into each other, and how to, kind of give us some practical on how to be here without causing too much trouble. So lots of thou shalts, thou shalt nots, which are just like a set of rules, and not saying that they're not necessary or good rules, just, yeah. So why are we here? Where are we? Who are we? The meaning of life. That's it. Pretty simple today. So you would think that maybe if you're if one is experiencing a life of addiction, that they might be super far away from this bliss. And in an instant, everything can be surrendered. Everything can be surrendered. And when you imagine that our friend and co-founder of the 12 Steps had a spiritual experience, like a oneness experience that was his foundation. Everyone has the possibility of that. It's a life-shifting experience that opens the door to an awakening. And I believe the awakening is that we are not separate. We're not separate from anything in this moment. We are one, living in this, we are one living in a body. We're one living in a body with thoughts, But so let's delve a bit deeper into that. Is anybody interested in that subject? Because in there is freedom. Why am I here? Who am I? Where is here? What is here? Okay, you guys, those are the questions for the day. If you have, just say something. If it's like, yeah, I have an idea, or this is what I've seen. Offer your point of view. If you have no point of view, offer that. I have no point of view. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know is a beautiful answer. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to read for us. And this man who wrote this book, 24-Hour Day book, doesn't claim to know either. He's just trying to give us some guideposts to, and thanks, Jason. Life is too noisy. The question, of course, is who is perceiving the noisy? The noisies. Who's perceiving the noisy? Look in. Okay, September 1. Wow, thought for the day. It says, be careful not to brand the prospect. So he's talking still about doing 12-step work as an alcoholic. Let him draw his own conclusions, but talk to him about the hopelessness of the disease, addiction, alcoholism, Tell him exactly what happened to you and how you recovered. Stress the spiritual feature freely. Oh, we do that here, don't we? And yet, when we get down to the basics of who am I, any idea of spirituality is gone. We've gone past that in a belief way. We're not in the belief anymore, or in the experience. Stress the spiritual feature freely. If a man, be an agnostic or atheist, make it emphatic that he does not have to agree with your conception of God. He can choose any conception he likes, provided it makes sense to him. Yes. Yes. Yes is the one. The main thing is that he be willing to believe in a power greater than himself, or something outside of himself, yes, and that he live spiritual principles. So I find this very easy to when I'm guiding or helping people with a concept of God, and if they can just say yes to the possibility of love, that there is love, the toughest, hardest nosed people I've met, if I ask them, do they believe in love, will say yes. Yes, they believe in love. They don't understand it or don't know what it means, but they know that there's something called love that they feel for their dog or for their kids or whatever. There's something love that they have a perception of. And love, we all agree, is a power greater than us. So it's a great door into a relationship with the higher power, the moment, love. His question for the day is, do I hold back too much in speaking of the spiritual principles of the program? So there we go. And the spiritual principles we'll talk about more. Often spiritual principles, like I said, are really guideposts, or to help us from not bumping into each other too badly, or to be here with more ease. So I'll talk about that another day. Meditation for the day. I will never leave nor forsake thee. Down through the centuries, thousands have believed in God's consistency, untiringness, and unfailing love. God has love. God is love. Then, forever, you are sure of his love. God has power. Then forever you are assured every difficulty and temptation of his strength. God has patience. Then always there is one who can never tire. God is understanding. Then always you will understand and be understood. Unless you want him to go, God will never leave you. He's always ready with power. Nicely written. Hey, Lowell, buddy. So I pray that I may feel that God's love will never fail. I pray that I may have confidence in his unfailing power. So it's hard, in a way, with any teaching, not to objectify God or not to separate ourselves from God. And this message today really started with the big question, who are we? Tell me who you are. And what is this about? What's going on? Where are we? What is life? So for me, nothing's missing. Everything is exactly as it needs to be in this moment. And when we touch on that, when we see that, the immensity of that, the oneness of that, we feel the bliss. My experience. Okay. Love you guys lots, and got to go. Have a big day planned. Who knows how it'll unfold anyway. Been blessed to be able to make plans and watch them happen. We are creators here. Okay. Love you. Cheers.